Guys, we are back with another video. So this one, I'm going to go over my favorite guitar out of the whole bunch, out of my whole collection. I have 5 of them because I like them that much. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. Before I get started, guys, I just want to say thanks a lot for coming to the channel. Much appreciated. Any of you guys that are new to the channel, thank you very much for stopping by. So I'm going to show each and every one of you guys that's watching this video why exactly I have this many of this particular shape. This is my all-time favorite metal guitar right here for various reasons, a lot of reasons, which I'll go over in this video. So let me jump into these. Let me whip this camera around right quick. So I'm going to do my best to try to put these in the chronological order that I ended up buying these guitars. So this is the very first one that I ever purchased when I was in the market for it. So this is a BC Rich Beast. This one is the neck through version. I got this one, I want to say, I got this one about 5 years ago, 6 years ago from the time that I'm currently making this video. And this one was actually new old stock. It was sitting in a warehouse in the original box. Somewhere. I don't know exactly where it came from, but price was right. I got it off of eBay, off a seller, and when I got it, I will fully disclose that this guitar is not 100% perfect by any means. There are some like tool marks and stuff like that in various spots on the fretboard, this and that, or along the along the neck. But the price is so damn good. I mean, plus it's new old stock. There ain't anything you can do as far as sending it back. And besides, this thing is just the absolute, the beast of a shredder. No pun intended. But when I first got this guitar, it was all stock. I had the stock BC Rich pickup to go along with the, neck BC Rich pickup. And I believe these are, when they were making these in 2008, I think this one is, I'd have to look at the serial number. Let me check. Yep, this is a 2008 model. So, yeah, when these ones, when they were doing these runs of guitars, they were putting original Floyd Rose according to the specs and, what you dig up as far as all the information that is out there on BC Rich guitars. I know it varies from place to place and just however much experience you have with these guitars. But yeah, so according to the spec sheet, Floyd Rose original, it's got the cheap block in the back. I never upgraded to a brass block or anything like that. I actually have this tremolo blocked. I'll show you guys that in a second, what I did to block that. But as far as upgrading and making this my number one guitar, my number one go-to guitar, because this thing just sounds so incredible. It just sounds so freaking angry and pissed off. I love it. So I got a Duncan Black Winter in the bridge, and this pickup is just insane in this guitar. I know like a lot of guitars, depending on what they're made of and the nature of the wood, this and that, so many different factors. When you throw a pickup in, it could do a number of different things as far as shaping the sound of it and whatnot. But it's just a match made in hell in this guitar for sure. This thing just, I remember when I first got it, wasn't really anything to write home about. It just I didn't really care for the sound, but I just had a feeling when I put a hotter pickup in there that it was just going to be a game changer, and like that was the exact pickup that was meant for this guitar. I couldn't have did any better with that. So now this is, when it comes to thrash and playing death thrash, this is my number one go-to guitar. I'm not playing it too much right now as the strings are very, very old, very dead. So I actually just got my strings thanks to Sweetwater. I got those in the mail earlier. So when I get a minute, I'm going to snip these off and put a fresh set of strings on it. So I just keep this in E standard tuning. And I run a 10 to 46 gauge, the Diodario. I just like the basic. Guys have heard me that have been coming to the channel. I've been saying this over and over and over again, like a broken record, but I'll just repeat it one more time, the millionth and one time. So I like the just the standard nickel wound XL strings, NYXLs, all these other strings that I've tried over the years. They just didn't do anything for me. I hear certain things that just don't sound good, and what I ever like, anytime that I ever used the nickel wound XL strings, they lasted the longest. They were half the price, and they kept their brightness for the longest time. And I've never, knock on wood, my own dick, I never broke a string. I've never broken one of those strings yet. So, and I beat the hell out of my strings the way I pick. I pick very, very hard. So moving up along here, ebony fretboard. And this one, it took me a while, once I got more familiar with the BC Rich guitars, that this was not, it is a Beast headstock, but it's actually the rink-a-dink version of the Beast headstock. Somewhere along the way, they started trying to just cut corners and use less material. So this became the Son of Beast headstock. So it's a smaller headstock. I'll show you guys what the full version looks like here when I start pulling out the other guitars. And since I just blocked my Floyd, I took all this shit off of here, all this hardware. I'm trying to remember. There was a reason why I did that, though. There was some other specific reason. But I can't think of it right now because my brain is just halfway retarded. So we'll move on to the back side of this guy. So yeah, like I say, again, this is neck through. And it's just got the cheapo block in it. So right there, what I did to block that, I just took some pennies. And there might be a nickel or two in there too, just to try to get the right thickness to block it on both sides so it's nice and parallel. And it will not move, it will not slip. So I got that way. And yeah, these are the Chinese beasts. This thing absolutely rules. I love the hell out of it. Trying to think of anything else I should add to this. Well, since I can't think of anything right now, let me grab the other one. So moving on to the second beast. This one you guys probably think, oh, what's the difference between this one and the other one? Well, the main difference, well, first of all, we got a speed loader bridge right here. That was something that never went anywhere. We'll get to that in a minute. But that right there is the full-sized headstock. You guys see the difference? See how much bigger it is and cooler it is? Yeah, so this one was a converted speed loader. This one I got overseas. I just can't remember what country it came from, but this one I like to call the cursed beast because this thing is definitely cursed. I've had this thing's been through the freaking ringer before I even had a chance to touch it. So when I got this guitar, it showed up at my door demolished, and I had to have my luthier buddy do some repair on it. Because, well, that's damaged after all that shit happened. Yeah, that's what it was. Like, the repair just wasn't really holding up too much anymore. But, yeah, it was pretty much mangled when it arrived at my doorstep. And then had to have him do some fixing on it, glue some shit back together. Fortunately, because the way this was shipped, it was shipped in a, it was taken apart. The neck was taken off because this is actually a bolt-on. And, yeah, when it arrived, it wasn't packaged as good as it should have been. So, yeah, it ended up arriving pretty fucked up. So I had to do what I had to do to get it fixed. And then afterwards, yeah, I ended up, I think, yeah, he's like the original seller or whoever sold it to me. The saddles it was the original saddles. So I ended up ordering 6 of a kind get the right ones on here, and then just ended up blacking this bridge too, and then switching the pickup out on this. Of course, this is a Duncan Nazgul pickup. This thing sounds pretty kick-ass. little bit more mids than I would like, but it's still a pretty badass pickup. Very hot, high output pickup for passive, and passive is just kind of like my thing now. So yeah, that was. I just like in my collection too. I like having different stuff and not all the same, just to give me a little bit more variety in my guitars. But yeah, when I the second time this thing ended up having a mishap was when I came home from work, and every single guitar was perfectly fine hanging up on my wall, but for some reason, I don't know if there was a ghost in there in my place or whatever, but this thing was laying on the floor. It pulled out of the wall, and I did everything right as far as securing it, and yeah, it just ended up pulling out of the wall and falling on the floor. So that's where that came from. And I think there's a little bit, yeah, there's a little dinger right there too. So yeah, it kind of broke my heart a little bit, but at the same time kind of made me laugh because I'm like, what else is going to go wrong with this fucking guitar? You know what I mean? So yeah, as far as tuning goes on this one, I got this, again, I got Diodarios on here. This one I have in B standard, and I got 12 to 54, I believe, from the last time that I had it set up. But I was looking to change those strings and get into a different gauge. So yeah, let me flip it around and show you guys what's going on back here. Where's the block at? What did he do? I know it's blocked. Oh yeah, right there. Okay. That was the way my buddy ended up blocking it for me. So this one was not the penny trick like I showed you guys earlier. This is a Korean-made beast, by the way. This one's got an ebony board as well. What else about this one? Again, I can't think of something, so I'm going to grab the third one. Now this one, if you guys notice or not notice the body's a little bit different on this. So I actually didn't notice that. This is like, it took me a minute, as I was acquiring all these BC Riches, the discrepancies and the differences between some of these models. So this is actually the Son of Beast body with a full-size headstock on it. So the name for this guy, this is the BC Rich 1200 JE. This was for the Japan market. This is the Korean Monster. So this one's made in Korea, and I'll tell you what, this one has just as good, maybe even, dare I say, a little bit better quality than some of the handmade USA stuff. It's really that good. The attention to detail on everything, top to bottom, front to back, left to right on this guitar is just insane. So this one's equipped with, I got this one fully functional. I have it in A sharp standard with 12 to 62, I think I had on this one, or 64, one of the two. I'd have to go back and look at my notes because I got it written down on a piece of paper somewhere with all my string gauges on each guitar. But this has the Godo Floyd. This thing is amazing. This is like one of the best feeling. I like these way better than I like the original Floyds. Just the way these respond, they're a lot smoother. They're just, oh man, they're freaking great. If you never tried one, highly recommend trying one of these Godos for sure. And this one just comes with a dual set of EMG 81s. Tried and true. Never had any beef with them. I actually, back in the day before I was experimenting with pickups and like getting to know certain people, some of my metal buddies, they were very far and few between, but I remember jamming with one guy, got me into the active pickups. So it's like once I discovered the EMGs, I kind of was just fixated on the way that those felt and the way those sounded and responded to my playing for a number of years. And in the right guitars, they never fail me. They still do the job great, especially when it comes to when I do recordings, when I like use my guitar plugins and stuff to do my demos for my music. I always get, it's always, what do you call it? I always get the most consistent sound out of these pickups right here. Out of anything else, the only exception would be like my Seymour Duncan Black Winter or even that Nazgul pickup. But this just delivers the most consistency as far as overall sound. No matter what, if I'm plugging into an amp or I'm micing my cab or I'm using a plug-in to record, I never have any discrepancies or any issues with recording. I get the most clean and pure sound possible. And yeah, I wouldn't change a thing. This is another one of those massive sounding guitars with the pickups that are in it right now. What else? Really awesome diamond inlays on that ebony board. Super tight grain too on this ebony, by the way. This thing's just, man, the nice fretwork, just everything about this is just top-notch quality. This is also a neck through guitar. Let me flip it around. This is more of a the neck profiles on this is like a deeper C shape. I would say it's maybe even a little bit deeper than what you'd feel on a Les Paul. But I learned to like those and get used to them a lot more, especially the kind of riffing that I do, like the kind of death metal I play. I tend to get, my hand cramps up a little bit worse on a shreddier kind of neck for some reason. So I actually prefer necks that are a little bit beefier. So I've gotten more familiar and got to like the BC Rich neck profiles a lot more. And I always keep these things open. Oh, it's got a brass block. I never noticed that. all the years I've had this guitar, I'm just now noticing that. That's funny. Oh, I got an Energizer battery in there too. So yeah, this one again is neck through. There's the made in Korea right there. And this has got those Grovers. Yes, those are Grovers. Drawing a blank. I'm having a brain fart, guys. So again, this one's fully functional because I like the bridge so much that I actually, when it comes time to do some solos, if they're close within the tunings that I'm playing a particular song on, I will grab this guitar and I'll write a guitar solo if the song calls for it or it fits one. Usually, you guys have been watching my videos all these years. You know I'm more of a rhythm player than I am a lead player. But when it comes time, if I got a particular lead in mind, I'll go ahead and I'll work on writing a halfway decent lead for the song. But I've done some of my best lead work, I'd say, as far as what I'm capable of doing, has come off of this guitar. We're going to move on to Beast number 4. So we return with Beast number 4. This one is in C sharp standard with 10 to 52, of course, D'Addario nickel wound XL strings. Actually got to put some new ones on because these are pretty damn old too. I'm just lazy as hell when it comes to changing strings. I know I'm not the only one, but yeah, goddamn, I hate changing freaking strings, man. But anyway, Floyd Rose original on this guy. Yeah, you can tell how much rip shred has been going on. I play the shit, especially this one. This is the one I play the most, especially because just all the stuff I've been contributing between Eric and I for the EP. That's going to be on hold. That's on a little bit of a hiatus because of what's going on with my band Golias. I shouldn't say my band. I gotta say it's Craig Golias's band because he's the one that got a hold of all of us, and we all agreed to jump on board and just be a bunch of meatheads playing cool-ass death metal. That's all about the gym and just trying to be a badass in life. It's going to be good stuff. I can't wait to show you guys that. Yeah, some of the stuff that we got that we're going to be bringing out for you guys. I know you guys will dig it. But anyway, more on that later when more news unfolds on that. So yeah, this guitar, this is what I've been writing all my C sharp standard stuff with Eric. The EP was going to be a nod to all the mid-90s, like old school Suffocation kind of Deeds of Flesh, that kind of thing. That kind of sound. That's what I was going for that, especially working with the drummer of Suffocation. How do I not write Suffocation kind of material when I'm working with him? But that was just something I always wanted to do. So that's going to be on that EP when it comes out. Has been the guitar of choice. This is another neck through version. This one is another. I think this is another 2008. Let me take a look. These serial numbers are kind of weird, but what I do know is this is another one of those made in China beasts. But man, solid ass guitar. I love this thing. I can't put it down. It's just like that first beast that I showed you guys earlier with the Duncan Black Winter. It's like once I pick these guitars up, I just can't stop playing them. And I think that's very, very important, and that speaks volumes of when you find a guitar that you just gel with, because you can go through and play a bunch of guitars, and if you're not vibing with it, I mean, what's the point? But like these guitars right here, I mean, like I said, there's a reason why I have so many of them. I actually do have a sixth one. I keep forgetting about that one because that one's still in the shop getting worked on. So that one's still going to be a little bit, because that one turned into a little bit bigger of a headache for my buddy than both of us anticipated, including him. So that one will be, once I got more to talk about with that one, I'll share it with you guys, definitely. So as far as more of the specs on this one, I got this from the Used Guitar Center used gear website. This one's got an 81, of course, an EMG 81 in the bridge, and I got the 60 in the neck. This has the ebony board. And I never have a problem with these frets whatsoever. Some of the best fretwork I've ever had is from these BC Riches. Even with the climate, like where I live up in the Northeast, where we get some really dry, cold winters, and it just wreaks havoc on trying to keep the humidity at the right place as far as these guitars not moving too much. But the weather, you're no match for it. You try so hard to combat it, and it doesn't do any good. You just give up. But yeah, this one's got the full size headstock on it too. I remember when I first seen this on the website, I just about crap myself. I'm like, that's the one I've been looking for and trying to get. So this one was priced really good too. Got the big BC Rich hard shell case with this sucker for, I think I paid $750 or something. So it was pretty. I think these are going for stupid money now, because you just can't get any of this shit no more. Unfortunately, very unfortunate. So moving on to the fifth and final that I can share with you guys. God damn, I gotta take a huge shit here in a second. Oh shit, my camera's on. All right, so this is the fifth and final BC Rich. This is the bass. This is going to be the one that I'm going to be using for Golias. So actually, I got these up here too. So I'm going to switch out my strap buttons and put these in so I can accommodate my strap locks. That way I'm not losing this sucker when I'm trying to play. We're going to be going out to, or I'm going to meet up in Vegas, be spending about a week out there and shoot not one but two music videos. And yeah, you guys will see that not too long from now as I'm shooting this video. I'm excited to share this music with you guys. I think you guys are gonna freaking love it. We're gonna love it too when it's all done. We already love the music that's coming out so far, and we got a couple more to go, and then we will have enough material for an EP and start doing some shows hopefully. So anyway, onto this bass here. I got, where did I put those strings? Oh, here they are. So yeah, again, this is just another set of strings that I ordered from Sweetwater with a bundle of the other strings to freshen up on my other two guitars, those two beasts that I showed you guys a little bit ago. So I'm gonna try these strings out. These are Dunlops. These are not Diodario. See, the Diodario, like the tuning that I gotta put this sucker in, I just couldn't find the right string gauge that would accommodate the tuning that I'm gonna be going for on this. So I figured this was as close as I was gonna get, and yeah, as far as setting it up for the tuning, this is what I'm gonna try here. Just to try something different anyway, and just see if I like them or not like them. But moving on here, this one is also neck through, and that fretboard is extremely dry. I can't wait to pop these strings off and clean that and freshen it up, because it's definitely, it needs a drink. It needs a drink bad. So this one I kept stock. This has just got those P-style BC Rich stock active pickups in it. Everything sounds great. It doesn't need a replacement as far as what I hear out of it. It's got this bass has got a really nice growl to it. Hoping it maintains that growl when I put it in the down tuning, the drop tuning that we're going to be putting it in for the Golias material. What else? Full size beast headstock on this one. And I've seen out there that they were even putting the Son of Beast headstock on some of the basses too. Just those different variances and inconsistencies of BC Rich. Without hitting my light, yeah, nice and carefully. So this is also a Chinese made one. But these things they're built like tanks, man. They really are. Pretty much stole this one for how cheap I got it too. I got lucky when I was in the market for all these. Was never sure if I was going to gel with this body shape, but it just always intrigued me how cool it looked. I love these, and they look very uncomfortable sitting down. You gotta fight a little bit as far as sitting down. Like if you sit down and play bass, I have to kind of fight anyway when I'm tracking. Just sitting down with any shaped guitar for that matter, as far as bass goes, it's just a little bit more challenging for me. It is actually a bit more comfortable standing up. Not just this one, but the other basses too. But yeah, they're very, very comfortable when you sit down with them and sit in classical position. And all the years of, because I've only had a few years with Strat style guitars. And all the years once I finally got my my USA Randy Rhodes that my dad bought for me years ago when I was younger. I was like 13, 14 when he got me that guitar. And I played that so many years and just always sitting in the classical position, and that just became the most comfortable to play a guitar. And then anytime I tried to play, like whatever the standard way is of putting the Strat on my right leg, it just felt foreign to me. I just wasn't used to it. So, I always got used to playing classical, and you can play very comfortably in classical position with these guitars. But as far as like the actual guitars, when you play in classical position, it just brings everything as far as how you're put together, like for how I'm put together, where like my limb length and everything like that. When I sit in classical with a beast-shaped guitar, everything is just super, super fast and right in the place that I need it. These things you can just shred so freaking fast on them. So I'll share with you guys a couple more things before I wave and say goodbye. As far as that other beast is concerned, that it was a 7-string beast that I ended up getting last year in the summertime off of eBay. It was somebody's home-brewed model. I don't know where exactly they got it, but it turned out to be a little bit more of a headache and a pain in the ass, so to speak, for my buddy who was going to take on the project before I decided to go ahead and buy it. Yeah, so I'm hoping I don't have to wait too much longer, and he gets that nice and squared away for me, so it'll turn into, he even told me, I talked to him a couple weeks ago, he told me once I'm done with this, it's going to be your dream beast. Like, it's going to look just stupid, sick, immaculate, and you're probably gonna shit your pants when you see it. So I'm looking forward to that for sure. But anyway, back to what I wanted to show you guys real quick. I showed this in another video, but I'll do it again because these are the components that I'm going to be putting on that 7-string beast. So just to kind of keep things consistent, look at me jumping at the camera. I just decided, as far as pickups went, I gotta refresh my memory exactly what the hell I bought, because these things have just been sitting here for a while. Let's see, we have let me try to do this in order. I guess it don't matter because, oh yeah, it does. Okay, all right, we got the 81.7 EMG. Always loved this. So the very first, this was an actual very spoiled kind of way that I discovered BC Rich guitars and got into them so much. My very first BC Rich that I ever owned was a USA 7-string Warlock. Like the one I have, it's very similar to that, but just a little bit different. That one was very, very special, and unfortunately, back in the day, I had to part ways with it because once you get older and you get a job and you got to pay freaking bills and do all that stupid shit, sometimes you just got to sell your precious guitars and equipment, whatever you got to do, just to make sure that you don't miss bills and end up digging yourself a hole. So unfortunately, I had to part ways with that guitar back then. Never saw it again, so I don't know what happened to it, but I did find one very, very close to it, which is cool. It took me a lot of years, but I did eventually get it again. So here's the 85. Like I said, just kind of keeping things with how that guitar was, how that one was set up, the pickups on it and whatnot. It just worked with that material, that mahogany body, that really, really dense, heavy wood with these pickups. It was just freaking awesome. It sounded like a sledgehammer, and I loved it. next thing, yeah, to accommodate those pickups, what is this again? God, I'm trying to refresh my memory here. The 24 volt mod, that's right. I was going to give this a shot because I heard some pretty good things about this. I watched a couple videos on this. So instead of going 9 volt, 18 volt, this one decides that its dick is bigger than the 18 volt version. So the 24 volt, a lot of people were talking about how good this was. So it's just a little mod that you, yeah, I think you just plug it into where you would put the, like your battery into your electronics, and then it'll fit the 24 volt battery. Did I open this yet? Yeah, I did. Okay. That's a little sticker. I was wondering what the hell I dropped. Okay, so I think they're two little 12 volt batteries, I believe. 23A, that's what those are. I used to know exactly what this shit was. It's been sitting here so long, I just kind of forgot about it. So far, I'm liking this camera too. This is the Hedge Cam. This is working a lot better than that sack of shit. What was I using before? That freaking, and I forgot the name of it. Kept crashing on me and pissing me off when I was trying to make fucking Instagram videos and reels and shit. Anyway. So the next thing we have the nut, the Godo nut for the 7-string Godo bridge. Let me show you guys that. These are priced very, very well too, I might add. Because I think as far as like original Floyd Roses and stuff go, they're up to like $500 or something like that. It's like, Jesus Christ, man. You sure? Like, come on, dude. Yeah, just the price of the stuff is just stupid now. But these are, I think I got this for 180, 190 bucks, somewhere around there. This is made in Japan, really, really high quality steel. I used to know all this shit. I don't remember a damn thing, guys. I'm trying. So this is the G, for exact specifics, the model name, GE 1996T-7 for 7-string. So that will, this is just all black hardware. I want that thing completely murdered out. So that guitar is going to be gloss black, black hardware, black knobs, black on black on black on black, everything black. And then, yeah, speaking of black knobs, that's just something real quick. Just generic knobs. And I had to get the pickup rings for the EMGs, the way that one is set up. I like the way that one's routed and everything, because it had passive, had a dual set of Duncan JBs in it. Don't want that. I'd rather the EMGs for sure. And then last but not least, these are the Imperial style. I think these are the Wilkinsons actually. So you can get them either Grover, the original ones, the Wilkinsons, or you can be a real cheap ass and like just kind of throw a Hail Mary pass and hope that it lands. Go with the ones that you find on Amazon or some of those other like janky websites with janky parts. I didn't want to take that chance, and I didn't find really any negative reviews on these Wilkinson ones. The only exception was apparently on some of these, you just got to kind of watch out. You got to kind of inspect them a little bit where you would wind the strings to run through the hole. Just got to make sure that they're cleaned up nicely, that there's no burrs on them or something like that. So just a really quick 2-second, just kind of file it down so it's nice and clean. But that's nothing I'm worried about. These were like a fraction of the price, so I had to get 2 sets because they come in sets of 6. I can't get a set of 7, unfortunately. So yeah, I just ordered 2 sets, and these were still like right around the price, maybe even a little bit cheaper than it would cost for a single set of 6 of the actual Grovers themselves. So yeah, I got these. I think that is it. I think that's gonna do it. So we are gonna cut the video here. I'm gonna move these pickups. And I hope all that shit goes on that guitar soon because I want it back, goddammit. Alright, but no, seriously, thank you guys so much for coming to the channel. Thanks for watching the video. A like, subscribe. You know what all those people say. I really don't push that on you guys. If you guys come to the channel, you're here because you want to watch the content. I don't have to remind you 5 million times to subscribe and all that shit. That's just not me. You guys want to watch the videos, you'll come here for that. So that is it, guys. I'm out of here. You guys take care.
Well, sometimes when I'm just sitting there, sometimes I'll get inspiration even from something I hear from the radio. If it's like some elevator music, I know this sounds really weird, but like there might be some elevator music or something playing in the background to a commercial, but I'll come up with a pattern in my head that's like death metal version of it. I'm like, I gotta go record this, and then like it'll just happen like that. Or I'll just be sitting there and I'll come up with some kind of like idea, and then I'll just go, or some rhythmic pattern, and then I'll just go fuck around with it.